Hey guys, it's Denise and I am back with day 3 of VEDA, which from now on, I don't know, maybe I'll still title it VEDA slash the Spring to It Videoathon. So by the way, thank you Steph over at Steph's Brown Book Talk for introducing me to this video challenge because y'all, I just jumped headfirst into doing VEDA. I just got laid off last week. I didn't tell you guys that in any of my other videos. I talked about it in my my vlog, so I'm not going to talk about it too much, but basically I decided that I was going to do VEDA simply because it gave me something to look forward to doing while I'm sitting at home doing nothing. It gave me something I can get up and I can make my face up and I can put on some clothes and I can act like I'm doing something. I mean, well, I am. I'm talking to you guys and I'm having fun, and I'm not just laying around in bed like I will do if I didn't decide to do VEDA. So yeah, or Spring to It Bookathon now, Videoathon now. So anyway, the Spring to It Videoathon is a video challenge for the entire month of April, and every day you get a different prompt for a video for you to do. And when I saw today's prompt, I got so excited because for the most part, I didn't even think I finished this mini series, but your girl finished quite a few series. And quite honestly, guys, I have a very huge fear of finishing series. Like, can we make that a thing? Because I have that. I have that bad. And you want to know how bad I have it? One of my favorite trilogies I have not finished because I don't want it to end. You want to know how bad I am? I was halfway through the final book, and because I looked at the book and I realized it was about to be over, I closed the book and I put it away. I did that, and my thoughts were, no, I don't want it to end. Why? Why am I like this? Because I can easily just reread the damn series. No, I just don't want the series to end for me for the first time. Like, I'm weird. But yeah, anyway, now that I got this extremely long introduction out of the way, because you know my computer might start acting a donkey, let me show you the books that I have here, which are quite a lot. I'm proud of myself. I have finished some series. I'm going to start off with the one book that I don't have here, and I might miss some because I haven't went through all of my Goodreads, but these are the ones that off the top of my head I remembered finishing. So the first series I have to show you guys is probably the second series I've finished ever in my book reading career, and that is Percy Jackson and the Olympian series. Oh my god, this series was fantastic. It was just, I love Greek mythology, and this just, this was it, but it was like for little kids, and it was just so cute. And I still want to go to Camp Half-Blood, even though I'm 33 years old. I still want to be a member at Camp Half-Blood. Judge me. The next book series I want to talk about is The Unearthly series by Cynthia Han. This is a series that features angels and demons, and it has a love triangle, so if you don't like love triangles, stay away. But it's a really good trilogy, so give it a shot. Overall, all three, I think I'll give this about a 3.75, the entire series overall. Maybe even a 4. I don't know. The last book just fell a little short for me, but the first two were so good. And I want to reread this to see if I still feel the same way. The next book series I want to talk about is a juvenile fiction series, and it is The City of Ember, which is like the Book of Ember. I don't know what the series is called, by Jeanne Dupre. I don't know. It was a movie several years ago with Saoirse. Ooh, I can't think of her last name. I can barely pronounce her first name. But it's a post-apocalyptic story about like underground dwellers. It's a city of Ember that's basically underground. And that's all I'm going to tell you. Because if you haven't seen the movie, you haven't heard about it, just like go read it. Or give it to your little kids. If you have like a little 7, 8-year-old, like they would love this. They would definitely love this. I give this series, for the grade that it is, for the age that it is, I'll give this series probably a good 3.75 as well. I would. The next book series I want to talk about is the Delirium trilogy by Lauren Oliver. First book was slow going. The second book was amazing. The third book fell hella short. But this is a dystopian novel, a young adult dystopian novel, and it has to do where love is basically outlawed. It's forbidden or whatever. And I give this series overall a 3-star rating. like I said, the last one was just, I don't know. She could have did better. The next series is a series that I loved, but I hated the main character after book 1. And that is the Iron Fae series. Is that the name of the damn series? I keep forgetting. Yeah, it's the Iron Fae series. I haven't read this series since like 2012. But it has to do with Fae. So I am obsessed with Fae. Or at least I went through a phase where I had to read everything to do with Fae. And I give this 4-book series a solid 4-star rating. Maybe even more. This is another one I want to reread because, or maybe I don't, because Megan irritated my soul in the last 2 or so books. I mean, I wanted to reach through and just because that's how she annoyed the shit out of me. But it is a really good series, great storytelling. Next book series is the one that everybody who's read young adult literature has read. Yeah. And 90% of them used to love it, but they hate it now. Me, however, it holds a special place in my heart because it's what got me back into reading. And I feel like that's what everybody says when it comes to talking about this series. It's the same thing, and you guys should know. It's the fucking Twilight series by Stephanie Meyers. And yeah, thank you, Twilight. Like, I will forever love this book. You guys can hate on it all you want to. It's not the best written story. It got all kinds of craziness going on. I'm with you. It's got some abusive qualities going on in these relationships, and the imprinting on a newborn baby was creepy as fuck. I give you that. I give you that. But I love this series because, look, this is what it did. And I have a whole room full of books stacked. This is what this series did. So I am forever thankful. And I do want to reread this series all over again just to see if I still feel the same way I felt. I mean, I'm going to forever love it, but just to see if I'm just as diehard as I was back in the day. So the next book series I have here to talk about is the Covenant series by none other than my boo thing, Jennifer L. Armentrout. And this is just a young adult series that has to do, I won't necessarily say Greek mythology. She takes a little bit of Greek mythology and she twists it and she makes it her own mythology, but like it has to do with a little bit of Greek mythology, but I can't even fucking describe it. Just know that it's good and it has a triangle. So if you don't like love triangles, stay the fuck away from one of my favorite series. That's all I gotta say. Just please, just don't even try. Oh, and I haven't said what I gave the last 2 book series. Twilight will get a solid 3.5 for the fact that I love it that much. And the Covenant series will get a solid 4.5 star rating. Solid 4.5 star. Does that make sense? Or 4.5 star. The next series is one that I hate, and I had to go pick this book out of my unhaul pile, and that is the Divergent series by Veronica Roth. Like, you know what this is about. I don't care for the series. I remember when I first read this back in, what was it, 2012 or whatever, and everybody raved about it, so I had to run out and get this. Ran out to Walmart or Barnes & Noble, wherever I went, and I got it. I read it within, like, I don't know, a day or 3, and I just didn't understand the hype. And then it had when the movie was coming out, and then I had to read the rest of the series, and then Allegiant came out, and then everybody on BookTube spoiled me. I'm looking at you, Christina, and Katie at Catty-tastic, and yeah, they had a show and they spoiled me for Allegiant, and I was just like, okay, well, I'm not gonna read it just yet. And then about 9 or so months later, I decided I'm gonna read that fucking book, and I hated it. So this gets a solid 2 for me, simply because the movie and Theo James. That's why that gets a solid 2 for me. The next book series I'm going to talk about is the Luck series by my boo thing, Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is another 5-book series, and it has to do with aliens. And so I love it so much, and I got my friend Lorena. She has book 1, that's why I have book 2 here. She read that already, and I believe she put up a review of it, and this, oh God, so much. I love it so much. Another one I need to reread. I give this a 4.5 out of 5-star rating as well. I need to read this and see if maybe my mind might change. You know, I might pick up on some stuff I didn't pick up on before. But I know a lot of people said this reminds them of Twilight, and I didn't get it in the first book. I didn't get it at all. So I need to reread it and see if I get those same vibes. So the next book series I want to talk about is the Hex Hall trilogy. This is so fun. Like, if you want a fun, funny, quick read, like these books are all this size. It's only 3 because I said it's a trilogy. Pick this up if you like angels and demons and witches and fae and warlocks and all of that stuff. Like, pick this up. It is so fun. It is absolutely fun. It's amazing. I give this a solid 4.5 out of 5-star rating. It's not a solid if it's a half. No, I'm gonna stop. We just gonna stop right now saying solid before whatever number. The next series is a really popular series, and I've read book 1 at least 3 different times, and I think I'm going to read it again because I want to reread this whole trilogy, and it is the Hunger Games trilogy by Suzanne Collins. Anybody who's read young adult literature knows what this series is about. And so I will say I give this trilogy, I'm going to say 3.5. Because of that ending. Yeah, 3.5. It would be a solid 4, but that ending, even before that ending, it was something else that happened before that ending that I'm just never forgiving Suzanne for. She could have a 4-star rating, but that ending and that other thing before that ending, no ma'am, you get a 3.5. The next series is one of the, I won't say it's new because it's not new. It's a 4-book series, and one came out every year, and they finished up back in 2016. So it's not new, but I just recently finished, I think, the last book last year. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. And it is the Lunar Chronicles series by Marissa Meyer, and you guys know this is just not necessarily a retelling, but it's, I guess, a reimagining. Each book follows a different fairy tale princess. Book 1 is Cinderella, obviously Cinder, but she's a Asian part android. She's Asian and she's part android, and it's just so fun. It's so fun, and I love it so much. And I really love that one of the characters, one of the princesses, was black. It's just, that's thank you for that. For it to be a popular book. Not saying that we don't have black princesses in literature and young adult literature. I'm just saying for it to be on the scale that it was and as popular as it was. I give this a solid 4. I did not say I was going to stop saying solid. Anyway, that gets a 4 out of 5-star rating. Only because it's a lot of stuff I can't remember. So I can't remember how I felt at this current moment. And winter was long as shit. That's why I didn't finish it until last year. So the next series that I have here to talk about was technically over, and then she added to this particular series, but then it wasn't technically a part of, it's a part of this series. So the last book that I have here to talk about was technically a 5-book series, and it was technically over, but then it was technically added upon, but then it technically followed other characters, but then now she's going to make books with more of these characters, and then it's just too much. But I finished the first 5 books, so we're gonna count that shit. And it is the Michaela Lane series, or excuse me, the Fever series by Karen Marie Mooney. And this just has to do with fae, and I give the first 5 books in this series a 4-star rating. I have some issues. Somebody pointed some stuff out or informed me of some of her actions lately with her friend and victim blaming, and it had something to do with a teenager and a grown man, and just, I'm not happy about it, Miss Mounting. I'm not happy about it. And I'm still not forgiving you for Ice. Like, I'm not forgiving you for Ice. I refuse to forgive you for that. I'm going to finish the series, but what made you think that that was okay? What? But I guess when somebody said she was victim blaming an adult, you know, we're not going to discuss that on here. We're not going to make it a negative video. But yeah, guys, those are all the series that I can think of off the top of my head that I have currently completed. I'm gonna finish some series. I promise you, I'm going to get some more series finished. I don't know how soon, but I'm gonna get some finished. Chat with me. Let me know. Have you read any of these? If you have, you can. No, don't talk spoilery because not everybody has read these. But if you want to talk spoilery, that's what I got an Instagram, a Twitter, and a Snapchat for. So hit me up because all of that stuff will be linked down below. I also got Litsy, and I have that link down below. So follow me or just link your Litsy down below and I'll go follow you. However that goes, I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.